So today I'm going to start with a small presentation of an helper application, and that will be the notebook. Zoho has lots of small applications that I think are very cool. One of them is the Zoho Notebook. So that's what I'm going to show you today. And let me share my screen. It will be a very good start. So the application is a part of your Zoho One. And if you don't have Zoho One, it will be free of charge. The Zoho, as far as I know, they give it for free. And this is the notebook. So let me just install it. And you can control the application using your Zoho One, the same way that you control any of your other applications from Zoho One. And the application is a notebook.zoho.com. And if you would like to use it from here, you just go to the user home, and from here you will see your notebook. So it's here. So you can just click on it, right? I don't know why, but I'm always typing the address myself. Anyway, the idea of Zoho Notebook, it's like the conventional notebook that you have, just on steroids. What it means. So let's assume that in the conventional way, you just have a way to create, some notes, okay? So you have a title, meeting with X, Y, Z, and you write here the notes. So that's really the conventional way, and that's what we know for notes, okay? Now, the way that Zoho created their notes is that, first of all, you can create a notebook. So let's assume that right now I am meeting with Dr. J. So Dr. J is the client. And when I click on Dr. J, I have a way to create inside of the folder multiple notes. So one note will be the conventional one, which is just a notebook that you can have some kind of a title and you can have some kind of a description. Of course, you can have a free text. You can have those checklists, and then you can mark them if they were completed. You can have some links, pictures, very, very simple. So nothing too special about that. You can also create an attachment, and I can upload here an image or a video. And if you're using your cell phone, which I'm using it all the time, when I'm driving from meeting to meeting, or when I drove in the past from meeting to meeting, before the corona, I used to record an audio recording with everything that I like to share about the specific meeting. So meeting with Dr. J, January 15, 2019, and then I will just record it, and my assistant would grab this recording and translate it into notes. So we will have it on file. So that's something also that can be done. You can upload videos, pictures, and audio files, or record them from your mobile phone. One more thing that I use it a lot, and that's the to-do for Dr. J. And I will have here, let's say, upload CRM pictures, SEO for the website. Okay, buy milk, whatever it is. And when you have this kind of a list, okay, you can just go to it. You can mark the items that you completed, and then you will have a completed section, and you can see what was completed. So I like it a lot because it gives me dopamine. It's the hormone in your body that triggers and let you feel good when you get shit done. And this is what I like a lot about this list, this checkbox. It's a good feeling. So this is also an option. You can also attach files. So let's say if you have any kind of files to attach, you can attach them here, PDFs, documents. If, for example, you work with a client and he has lots of files for you, you can just drop them here. And the last one will be just drawing. So let's say we're talking about some way that we want to present, let's say a website. So this is a picture. Here you will have the item list. Here I would like to see the notes, and so on. So it's just a way to draw, and of course you can also save it, right? Garbage, right? Test. Okay. So those are really the ways that that you can use it. Now, once you have lots of different notebooks, you can also share those notebooks with some people. You can also lock them, which means you cannot make changes on those notebooks anymore. You can add them to favorites, and that's it. So I think as a small helper application, it's very, very cool, and I personally use it a lot. I know that my team is also using it a lot, and that's it. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's jump back to you guys, and let me change the screen. Let's close the notebook, and let's start with questions. Okay, so Mary, when we last week, you were available on YouTube. So I'm whenever I'm finishing those sessions, I'm usually sending them to a video editor that is working on the sessions, and it takes sometimes 2 days, sometimes a week. I hope it will be probably during this week. I hope so. Whenever the editor is doing a good job, I'm releasing it. Whenever he's not doing a good job, I'm sending it back. And every time I need to watch the entire recording, right? So it's 40 minutes every time that he's finishing a revision. So it's time consuming. This is why it's being delayed. So Mark is asking, we have 3 different project templates we use in Zoho projects, okay? Can automation be made that when a deal is created, that the appropriate project template for the job is created? Yes, of course. Am I going to show you how to do it? Mark, do you have any kind of programming experience? Just a little bit? It will require a small script. So I just need to know if you're up to it. So let me just show you the general idea of how to do it. So there is an existing function that Zoho created for us. And if you go to the actions, and then you go to functions, and you can configure here a function from the gallery, and it's already here. Create projects while winning potentials. And if you configure this function, let's say it will be related to the deals, you need to map here the different fields. Then it will create let me just have something here just so I can have the function. Yeah. So once this function is created, you need to map the right arguments here. So not the same way that it's here, because here it's static. You will need to map it to the deal, and then this magic will use the correct template. Okay, so let's say your template ID is, let's say go to projects. I'm sure I'm probably confuse you guys all, but I'm trying to say it without saying anything that will confuse you even more. So if I'm going to the templates, and this is a project template, this project will have a template ID. Okay, so let's assume that if the deal is selling boats, if the deal is selling boats, this is the template that I'm going to use, okay, this template. Then in the function, I will create one function that is related to boats, and this function, whenever the deal is won, for example, it will automatically generate a project with this template ID. Now, the project name usually will be the name of the deal. The description will be, maybe it will pull from the description of the deal. Start date will be maybe the closing date of the deal. So you have ways to automate this process using some scripts, but you do need to have some basic scripting knowledge. Is that making sense?
Yeah, my question is, say you sell cars, boats, and planes. How does it know to put a boat template with a boat deal or a car template with a car deal, etc.?
Very good question. So let me show you. So now let's back to something easier. So if we are going now back to our CRM, and if I'm doing something that you do not understand, let me know and I will stop. I'm going to have here, do we have here services? Yes, services. Okay. So we have here a few services. Let's say insurance and mortgages. Is that okay? Okay. So for insurance, I like to show this template. Let me go back to the templates. For the insurance, I want to show this template. And for the mortgages, I want to show this template. Okay? Okay. So I am going now to create a workflow. So workflow rules. And the first one will be related to the deals, create mortgage project template. Now, that will take place whenever the stage is being changed to close one. Is that okay? Okay. So I'm clicking here, I'm going to field update, and I will initiate this script when the stage is being changed. Is that making sense? Very good. Next, I have two conditions. Condition number one is when the stage is closed won. The other one is when the service is mortgages.
Okay, I understand.
We good until now?
Okay. That answers my question.
Good. And then I'm initiating this function that I just created, and this function will do the magic of creating the project based on mortgage. Okay, and once you do that, you can create another condition. The other one will be stage is close one, and the service is insurance, and that will call a different function. So I will create another function. Make sense? Okay. Now, if you want to go fancy, you can have one function, and then you will have here some kind of a condition. So if the service is mortgage, then you will need to have this template. If it's not, then it will have the second template ID. And then you have just one function for the entire thing.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Very good. Any other question?
Just a quick question on the notebook part. If I enter something into the notebook, can that be associated with the contact record?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
This is just an helper application. And I think it's like 2 years old. So you can expect it for sure to be connected to CRM at some point, for sure. I would use it 100% more if it would be connected to the notes.
Okay. One final question. We interconnected Zooper with Zoho this morning. And is there a way to make the Zooper icon show up in the dashboard that you can click on it, like in your choices like CRM or Work Drive, etc.? Is there a way to put a Zooper icon in there?
Let me show you something cool. So let's say that this is the Zooper link, or let's go just to the website, but it will be just a link, right? Okay. I will go to the CRM. I will click on the settings, modules and fields, and I will create a web tab. the web tab will be named Zooper. It will be a link to this place. Make sense?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, once you do it, you will see on the bottom Zooper. You click on it and it takes you to the right place. Now, of course, you can also grab it and you can put it in a more convenient place. So if I'm going to the organize modules, I can just drag and drop it all the way, for example, to the top, and then it will appear here.
Okay.
Is that making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's more.
But in that case, you'd have to go into the CRM first to find that. Is there a way to do it from the Zoho One dashboard?
Oh, I don't want to spoil anything, but just wait a few weeks, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. We're just a little ahead of the curve there, I take it.
I didn't say anything. Okay, very good. Let's go to more questions. Very good. So, we had a constant issue with our emails going to spam, including Zomail, control panel, okay. CRM is better. As much as we love to use it. Hello?
I'm sorry about that. How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Fine. It made me shorten my actual message, so I'm sorry if it looks scrambled.
Let's fix your problem so I can look into it.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what's going on. MX Online. Can you write your domain name in the chat?
Sure.
And I will also explain what I'm doing so everybody can do the same thing. So first of all, I'm going to a free website named mxtoolbox.com. This is the website that I use, but probably there are another 5,000 websites that do the same. And let me grab your domain name from here. Very good. So I'm going, first of all, and I'm clicking on MX Lookup. And what I want to see is, first of all, if there are any problems. Now, the first problem will be, and this is not Zoho at all, right? But many people complain that their email goes to spam, and just know that it's not related to Zoho in any way. So first of all, there's supposed to be MX server, which is basically your email server. And in this case, that will be Zoho. So you can see here that it's configured properly. For Zoho specifically, you should have only 3 mail servers configured in the MX. And if you don't know how many servers you're supposed to have or how it's supposed to look like, you just write Zoho MX records, and then you will get all those. So this is number 1. Number 2, I am going and checking the blacklist just to see if the domain is considered as a spammer. And if you check here, you can see that it says okay, 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 which that's a fantastic response, and that's what we like to see. If you see some red ones, probably you're in some kind of a trouble, and you should contact your hosting company, and they will advise you how to proceed from there. But just know that if you are listed as a spammer or a blacklist, it's not fun and it takes time to be removed. It's not a good story. Next, I'm going to what we call SPF record. And the SPF is just a way for the world to know if you are who you say you are. So if I'm clicking on the SPF, you can see that I have here 2 SPF records. Now, you know, it's even easier. It's just telling you have multiple SPF record, more than 1 record found. Now, the idea of the SPF, you should have only 1 for your domain, not 2. So if you have, let's say, 2 SPF, what you need to do is to have something like that. So you basically take those 2 and you combine them to 1. When you have the SPF space and you have some kind of an include, and then you have another include with another domain, and then maybe you have another one and another one. But this is the way to do it. Okay, so this is what you're missing here. Okay. And that's for sure will cause you to go to spam, 100%. Now, another one will be to go to the DKIM, and those will show us different TXT records. And from what I see, you don't have an error code. Please try again. DKIM requires a selector. Yeah, I cannot see here the DKIM, but when you're going to configure Zoho CRM or Zoho Mail, you will always have a set of both DKIM. Oh, this is authenticated. Let me just delete the domain. Let me pull your domain just for the example. Come on. Oh, I need the domain name. Okay, so when you're trying to approve your domain, you will have SPF. This is what we checked right now, and you have also a DKIM. The DKIM will be a set of the name, and that's usually the area that you need to copy to your DNS as a text record, and also the value, and this is the value. So both are required, and I had like 50 videos on my channel talking about it because I see it every day, multiple times a day, and people just having their emails go to spam. So you invest tons of time creating content, adding more leads to your company, thinking about ways to attract them, but no one gets your emails. And that's very sad, very sad. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's something you must do. And if you don't know how to do it, you can talk to your hosting company. You can talk to us, but someone needs to do it. And it's not something you can wait with. It doesn't make sense to run a business without emails.
Got it. So we Zoho did verify the DKIM. I'm not for sure. So we'll go back in, but and correct the SPF issues and see why the DKIM is not showing up.
Look, if you want to get something done, do it yourself.
Okay.
Just finish with it. That's very, very important.
Okay. Thank you.
Which applications you using with Zoho? Zoho Mail, I know. Zoho CRM. What else?
Marketing Hub. We used to use Campaigns, so we're still moving over our campaigns to Marketing Hub.
That's it? No Zoho Books, no Zoho Sign?
Yeah, Zoho Book, Zoho Sign. We have Zoho One, so we use we'll try to use as many Zoho applications as possible.
Okay. So now everybody should take note of what I'm going to show here, because this is very important. So first of all, the place that you need to configure your domain will be here. So when you go to Zoho One, let me just do it slowly so people can catch up. So Zoho.com. First of all, you want to have under admin panel, you want to go to domains, and every domain that you own need to be here. So you click on add domain, you put the domain here, and then you will have one TXT record that you need to add. If you don't know what I'm talking about, as I said before, your hosting company might help you, we can help you, other Zoho partners can help you. Just take someone that is reliable, because your DNS controls your emails, your website, your life. So someone that you trust is supposed to do it. So this is one. The second one will be going to your CRM, going to the settings, going to the email deliverability, and config here the validate records, both the SPF and the DKIM. Okay, not optional. Next one, let's go to the next application, because there are few. If you do it only on two, it will not really help you. The The next one will be ZooSign. And people don't know it, and their email goes to spam also here. So you go to the settings in ZooSign, you go to account settings, and then you will see here, our organizational email address or sender email address, and you need to configure also here. Same thing, it's very simple. SPF and DKIM, okay?
Yes.
Next, you have ZooBooks. In ZooBooks, it's a different place. So you go to the settings, you go to organization profile, and then you have here, you see?
Yes.
You will see this message, okay? So your invoices goes to spam, and you're not getting paid, okay? So this is also a bit important. And you have marketinghub.zoo.com. And that will be using settings on the bottom, and then domain authentication, and same thing. You do the authentication from here. As you can see, it's all consistent, SPF and DKIM, because it's not a Zoo requirement, it's the world requirement. This is how everybody try to authenticate the domain. And the last one that I will show you will be campaigns, which is similar to Marketing Hub. You go to campaigns, you go to the settings, you go to domain authentication, and you configure the records. And until you don't click here and you see checkboxes, this is not going to work. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you here. Very important, very.
Thank you. That helped a lot.
So sorry for dumping all this information on you, but it's very important.
No, I appreciate it. Especially that first piece. I think we just have we have more than one record that we need to clean up.
Yeah, you have. I think I saw only 2 SPF records, which means you have more SPF that needs to be added to the list, and you have lots of DKIMs that need to be added to the list. So
okay,
just make sure that you complete this phase. It's, let's say, less than an hour of work for all the applications. So it's worth spending this hour, right?
Okay, we'll probably just contact your company to do it for us.
No problem. I told you, it's us, someone else, hosting company, network administrator. Lots of people can do it, but it must be done. No delays.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Thank you. And guys, if you followed what I'm doing here, please do it. It's critical that you do it. It's very important. Every day I see people spending so much money on campaigns, on buying list, buying cold call list, spending thousands and thousands, and their email goes to spam. Not good. Not good. Okay, Robert, let's open your mic. Okay, so the question is, I have a Zapier versus or webbook question. Oh, I have a Zapier webbook question for CRM. Sure. Go ahead, Robert. Your mic is open.
Hey, Lior, and that last call with the stuff about updating the emails, I just started using campaigns this past week, and I'm going to go back in and double check that I've got all those settings.
Very good.
As you were describing. If I understand correctly, I have 2 options for connecting up Zoho CRM to other apps out there. One being through Zapier, and the other one with webhooks. Am I right, or are there other things as well?
You have more options. So the first option that I would go is probably with ZooFlow, because it's part of Zoo One, and you have Zoo One, right?
Oh, okay. I do, yes.
Perfect. So you click on ZooFlow.
Yeah.
And you can create a new flow, and you can choose a webhook as the mechanism. You see? So you can use a webhook and you can use that. So this is built into your Zoo application. If you want to use Zapier, you can do exactly the same way. You create a webhook and then you can do that. And the third option, you have some application that already has applications in the store. So if we go, for example, to let's say Zooper, which is one of the examples, you can see that the application Zooper already has the integration back and forth with the CRM and doing all the magic for you. So that's also an option, an existing app.
Right. Okay. Oh, that sounds great. Because I just before your call today, I was setting up. I'm working with a brand new e-course provider. Experientify, it's called. I'm very sure that it's not going to be, their setup. It is a new thing. But I was doing it through doing a connection between Zapier, and then was kind of surprised at the very last moment to get a message saying that Zoho CRM is a premium product, and so I have to be paying at least $20 a month for it.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So
yes.
I'm going to go in and check out Flow. That sounds great. Thanks.
You have in Zapier, which is a wonderful application, the free gives you some things, but it's like AppSpot. AppSpot is free as long as you don't have automation, you don't have, and the list goes on and on, right? And then you go to the $250 per month. Same thing here also. It all costs money. Nothing is free.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that there isn't a non-premium way of getting like for Zoho on Zoho or CRM with Zapier. It's just the premium connection.
Yes. Yeah. Also Facebook. There are lots of applications that are premium.
Yeah.
The stuff that you will never use is free, by the way.
That's what I learned this morning. Thanks very much, Leo.
No problem.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I am missing an email solution with Zoho. Looks like they do not recognize the need to receive emails in the CRM and share it within team, sales support. Do you have any suggestion? So what is the use case really? Receiving an email and share it with more people?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
So we communicate with customers mostly via email, and we used to use Sugar CRM, and they have a nice configuration where you can have basically an IMAP client, and when an email comes in, it associated with the customer if it's in the database.
That's right.
It doesn't have a way to do this.
Yeah, it does. Let me show you. So if you go to the settings, you see here, for example, under emails, you have this email.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go to the settings, and then you go under channels, you click on email. Every team member needs to update those details. So you will see something like that, get started. So you will click on get started. You will select the right email provider that you have. So let's assume in my case, it will be, let's say, Gmail or Zoho Mail. It doesn't matter. But I click here. I choose IMAP. You do the authentication with Google. And that's it. From that moment on, Zoho will have back and forth all the communication in the emails that were done from Zoho or done from your Gmail. It will assign it to the record itself.
Yeah, I've done this, but there's no way to see those emails. They do have the sales inbox, but it's only private.
Leave the sales inbox. I'm talking about this section.
Yeah, I have this.
And do you see the emails of all your team members?
Well, the email is general. It's like sales, support, etc. I need the team to be able to see that. It's not they have a sense that it's personal. I don't understand. Business is done in teams, not only in person.
Okay, so if you're trying to have one email that is shared with everyone, do you have Zo1 by any chance?
Yeah.
A product that I recommend you to try, and it's part of your Zo1, it will be Zodesk. So
Yeah.
let's assume that the email, the support, will be an incoming to Zodesk. Then every email from Zodesk will be listed here as a ticket, and your team members can basically see it all together. And instead of just clicking on an email and the email disappears or archived, they will need to click on the email, they need to check it out, respond to the client, and whenever they finish with the ticket, they can close it. So basically, until someone actually closes the ticket is always open. For a team, I think this is the only way that you can have like quality assurance that the ticket is being managed properly. Especially with one email with lots of people, which I've been in this game before. It wasn't so much fun. Clients saying that they're sent emails and we never got them because someone deleted the email. There is no accountability because you don't know who is doing what. So that's probably your best shot in terms of one place to receive and manage all those emails.
Yeah, but then you need to integrate the desk correctly with CRM, so it will show there, right?
5 clicks. You go to the settings on the top, and then under Marketplace, you click on Zo, and you see Zodesk.
Yeah.
You just click on Manage, and you map the fields. That's it. So you click on, for example, on in my case, it's already configured, but in your case, you just need to map the fields. Those are the fields in Zodesk. Those are in CRM, and you just map them. You just click here and you select the right field. That's it.
Yeah.
You finish, you click on Save, and the integration kicks in. That's all you need to do. Like really 5 minutes.
Okay.
Is that making sense?
Yeah, I was looking for a different solution. They also recommend, after speaking with them many times, they did recommend using Desk. It's not ideal, but I guess that's the best they have.
You, as far as I understand, you have only one user in your system for the entire company, right?
One user in Zoho?
Yeah, or you have many?
No, we have multiple.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so that's probably the way that I think will make more sense for your business in terms of what Zoho can give you.
Yeah, they do have Teams in Zoho Mail, but it's not fully integrated in the CRM.
No, it's not. Because probably what you're trying to... So wait a second. So let's say that I have a group email. The group email will include multiple, let's say 3 people. If I send the email to, let's say, support,
Yeah.
then it will automatically send it to 3 different people, and each one of them will get it on Zoho CRM. Right?
Yeah, but then it's a copy and you don't know if someone replied.
You do see, because the reply will go from the employee email and not the support email. So on Zoho CRM, the email that you are going to config will not be support. It will be your personal email.
Okay, so that's not good.
So you do need to have support. What you can do here, you have the organizational emails.
Yeah.
You can create here support at, and in addition to your email, you will also have the organization email that anyone, for example, can use. I can give all the company ability to use this specific email.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So
then
that's another
how
option.
do you know that it was replied? If everybody gets a copy, you don't know it. So everybody will answer the same question.
I see. So you okay. Yeah. So in your situation, probably Zodesk will be the best solution.
Yeah.
I'm using it in my company, in my clients' companies. Lots of people using Desk for this specific purpose. Works great. And you have accountability, which is more important.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem. So how do you create a related module? The answer is easily. Let me show you. Hey, Carol.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I am just great, and I will be even better in 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Yep. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so we have here the contacts. Do you want, for example, to have a related module for a contact?
That's fine, yes.
Basil, how are you?
Good morning, how are you?
Very good, very good. Okay, so on the left side, for the people that are new or do not know, when we have a record, we have also related records on the left side. As an example, I have here a Zodesk, and Zodesk will have 5 different records, and those will be the related records. You can also see, for example, all the deals, and those are related records. Carol, do you want to create another module and connect it to the contacts?
I have already a module that I wanted to connect to the contacts. It's a custom module, and I wanted to connect it to the contacts.
So let's do exactly the same thing. Let's create a new module, and let's call it related. And let's assume that whatever I have here is fine. So this is currently what you have, right?
Yes.
Very good. So if I will have in the related module, I will drop a lookup. The lookup will be a bridge between this new module to my contacts module. So I drag it here, and I write here, for example, the name will be contact. I'm selecting the contacts module. Where is the link? And the related list title will be what I see. Let me just go there. What I see here. This is the name that I need to set up here. And that's what people usually mix up. They don't know what to do with this field. This is the name that will be here.
Okay.
Okay, so let's write here related. Until now, we're good?
Very good.
When I'm going now to the wife, remember the wife?
Yeah.
That's still who I want to get.
So this is where you have now the related.
All right.
Make sense?
Yes.
And if you click here, you can also create new related. And it's coming here.
All right. Perfect.
This is how you do this linkage.
Okay.
Make sense?
It makes sense. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you.
So I have one other question. Is it possible to have, so all of our emails that we use within Zoho are the Real Grease domain. We have some other domains, and I would like to be able to have email with those domains as well. Is that possible to do?
Yes. The easiest way and the fastest way will be to go to the email and create them as organizational emails.
Okay.
And then, if you remember, we did it last time.
That's what I thought. Okay.
That's a very quick way. Another way is just to have not here. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's the way. Yeah. You can have also, I don't have a configuration. Let's see if it will, nah. But yeah.
When you add them as organizational emails, that's not adding another user.
No,
Okay.
it's just an email address. But also when you go to your email, if you will check your settings, you have another add from address. And you can just click on add from address and add one more address to it. So that can work, or organizational email. Both of them can work.
Okay. So the from address is just gonna, in both cases, the reply to is gonna be the one you're sending it from? And
Yes.
and then is it going to have the same relationship to a contact? So where I see in the email set, in the related emails to a contact, I can see everything that's sent from the realgrease.com. Would I then also see anything that has a relationship between those new organizational emails and that contact?
I think the outgoing will show, but not the incoming. Because the incoming is not configured to go to Zoho CRM, it goes to your other organizational email. If I am now configuring, for example, my test email, let's say the leorisaac.com, leorisaac@gmail.com, I will send it from the CRM, which will be considered in the related list in the emails. But when someone sends me an email response, it will go to my Gmail account, which is not connected at all to my CRM. So only one way will go out and will be registered in the CRM, and the incoming will not.
So, and those organizational email addresses are not registered to anything incoming. Only,
That's right.
Only there are like aliases or out.
They're just another email that you want to use. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing too special.
So in the end, the short answer then is you can't have two emails that have a both way relationship, incoming and outgoing.
Yeah, you're right.
It can only be one email address. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. In the deals module, under a contact view, how do you customize the contact role field? Sorry, no mic. That's fine. That's an easy one. So for the people that don't know, if I am going to a specific deal, there is a phenomenal feature named contact roles. So contact roles let me add multiple people or multiple contacts to one deal. So let's say that I'm right now working on a new CRM installation. I have the business consultant, one person. I have the client. I have his business partner or multiple business partners. I have the designer. I have the project manager. So like 10 people I'm working with. I like to see all of them under the contact person. It's supposed to be plural, but anyway. So all of them will be here in this list. Very, very nice. Now, the way to edit, the question was, how can you edit those? So the vendor, couple, all those names. Because when you are going to add a new contact role, you can see that you have your list of different names. The way to change it is you go to the settings, you go to the modules and fields, you hover the deals, you don't click on it, you just hover, and you click on contact roles. And here you can have more people, okay? Now, when you will go back, you will be able to add in the contact roles. You will be able to see one more. So this is how you do it. This is how you do. Yeah, okay. So let me continue. Can you use webhooks for any other site? Or does that site have to have webhooks enabled? Is it something we can do on our end, or do we need to work with the other company's developer? I'm not familiar with webhooks. So this is a very, very good and common question. The idea of a webhook is that you're communicating with another party. And because it's a webhook, it sounds like something vague and too big, but a a webhook, think about it like a phone call. So if I have a mobile phone and I'm calling you and you do not have your mobile phone enabled, I'm calling no one. So the webhook cannot reach anyone. Same thing. If I am sending a webhook, the other side need to be able to receive it, process the information, and send me something in return, such as an acknowledgement, I got it, or something else. So the quick answer is you need to have the other party being able to receive your webhook or your request and know how to process it. As an example, let's say that when a Zoho CRM deal is being created, you like to send Gmail a request to add this person as a contact. The webhook will include the contact person and his email. When you're sending this webhook, this piece of code, Gmail needs to know how to receive this piece of code and what to do with the first name, last name, and email address. And then send a response. It's all good. We processed your request and it's successful. Or from the other side, no, it's not successful. We have a problem. Okay, so the short answer is yes. You need the other side to be able to receive it. Is that answering the question?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to know. And I mean, is there an easy way to know if an application or a website allows webhooks, or do you just have to reach out to them to find out?
Nah, it's very simple these days. So if I go, for example, give me the application name or just an example.
Well, so I deal with real estate. So like an MLS, for example. I don't know.
MLS is a difficult one, just so you know. But if you go, yeah, it's a pain. But MLS, and I do webhook. So whatever application and webhook. And just I just search for it. And you can see a different kind of APIs and stuff. And you just need to start clicking around and see.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I'm working with another company that is, I think they're working on allowing webhooks for their app. So I just wasn't sure if it was something I could just do on my own or if I have to wait around for them.
Yeah, you will need to wait for them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sorry about it.
No worries.
Thanks. So is there a way to allow all participants to share a video in Zoho Showtime webinar? No idea. We need this functionality for, no idea. I never tried it. If you want, we can try it right now. So I will see if I can allow to give you permission to share your screen. So the only options that I have is to chat with you, revoke your mic access, and remove you from the list. I don't have any other option. Okay. So I do not think that you can do it. I know that Zoom offers it. In Zoom, people can share screens, but I don't know in Showtime.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. From Stanley, is Zoho One, is the Books app free or is it no? It's free. So with the Zoho One, if you go to Zoho Books pricing, with Zoho One you're getting, I think it's the professional edition. Yeah. So you're getting this guy free of charge. It's funny because Zoho Books cost $36 and Zoho One is $30. So you're getting this application as part of the package for free. And it's awesome. And if you need help with Zoho Books, we are working with an amazing accountant that knows how to migrate from one software to another. Is brilliant. So if you want, I can connect you with him. Okay, so I think we answered all the questions for today. And if you guys have any questions or something, just put it in the YouTube. Whenever it will be a video, just put it in the YouTube description and that will give me more ideas of what you're trying to have for the next sessions. Okay, so thank you everyone. Have a beautiful rest of the week.